Alright, so Ryan and I are out checking crops. We finished that other circle yesterday. We were busy and I forgot to do a video, but so we're just out checking this. This is one of our next jobs. It's still got some green, but it looks really good. It's tall. And well, this morning it was crystal clear. Like, there was no smoke. It was so beautiful. Can actually see the East Range today. Haven't seen it in like a week. So, but we're getting close. It's getting on crunch time where we're gonna be crazy busy. Let's see if I can get in here without stepping on stuff here. It's got some beautiful heads on it.
We have returned from our little road trip. I hesitate to call it a vacation because it wasn't relaxing, but it was much needed and it was a little getaway. So it was a good time. We traveled 1,621 miles over 5 days, 4 different hotels, 3 states, 2 different national parks with an 18-month-old. And I can tell you, I'm exhausted. He was an absolute trooper through the whole entire trip, but really traveling with kids like that is not relaxing. However, we have the pictures and the memories, and so it was all worth it. So anyway, life here in North Dakota has continued much the same while we were gone. The guys were cutting. They did get some rain, so that was really nice for this area. We're continuing to cut here, and it sounds like we should be done maybe Monday. Not really sure. Our tractor, that whole tractor issue, it's still in the shop. We just got the phone call that they think they've got it fixed. The 3-day fix turned into 3.5 weeks. So we've been without a cart this whole time. Thankfully, our farmer up here had one, and we were able to use that. Our last header that was ordered over a year ago finally showed up, for the most part in working order, but for the cost of it, it's still not right. None of it's right. So we're still dealing with that. It was a good thing it showed up right at the very tail end of wheat harvest. So that was ultra helpful. Thanks, John Deere. And so we're kind of looking for some more acres. I know a lot of guys have headed south. We're not going to do that because our next job, our fall job's in South Dakota, so it doesn't make much sense. So anyway, yeah, that's kind of a little bit about what's going on here. Hopefully we can find some acres, and if not, then we'll be thankful for the acres we have this fall.
Today is August 12th, and we are finally back in the fields after having a few rain days, which North Dakota was really needing some rain, so we definitely didn't want to complain about that, and we could have used some downtime as well. So Sunday, actually, I took the kids to Minot to do some school shopping. We bought some clothes, got Colston all his stuff for football. Of course, last year's cleats and those types of things don't fit because he's like growing like a weed. So had to buy cleats and gloves and another mouth guard and those types of things. And then we got school supplies. So they are ready to start school in a few weeks. And we also, Colston started football practice this week, so he's kind of been doing double duty. He's been getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning, and then he has practice till 10. They co-op with another school, so they have to ride the bus, so it takes him a little while to get back. So he gets back about 11:15, has his lunch, and then he goes out and gets on the ripper. So we bought a ripper this spring to do some of the farming up here with our lease land. And so with that being said, when you rip it, you also pull up the rocks. So then Dylan's going behind him with the rock picker and picking that stuff up, and then our hired hand has been running the dump truck so they can get all those rocks out of the field. So it'll be nice and ready for planting next season. So we are definitely happy to be back in Powers Lake. Riggins had some play dates over at the house, and he's been over at the other friends' house and playing football at the park, and just enjoying actually having some kid time with him working all summer as well in the tractor and grain cart. So that's kind of what's going on here, and I hope everybody has a blessed day.
Good morning. I don't like barley chaps. It is so itchy. So this is how I always dress to clean combines, because it's so itchy and it will still get in. We've had a few days off. We're waiting for some other stuff to come ready. Hopefully we get to try it today, but it looks like everything's gonna come ready all at the same time, like it always does, without fail. But yeah, so it's just Ryan and I just got done greasing combines. He's blowing stuff off. Fires are pretty common with barley, so we got our water canisters all set up and ready to go. Still, you can kind of see the mountains a little bit. Yesterday was super bad. Horrible smoke. Like, it even was like smoky around our house. But yeah, so hopefully I'll have an update for you guys, and we will be cutting, and that is a good thing. So maybe one of the other harvest wives did this, I don't remember, but I was going to try to kind of explain what we do at a morning service on the machines and why we do it. So every day we blow out air filters, cab filters, we completely blow off the entire combine. It gets fuel, and we have certain grease points that we grease every day, like the choppers, our rotor, our feeder house, like some major bearings that are on each side of the machine. And we blow the motor off because the chaff's really flammable. So hopefully I don't get covered in chaff. So as you can see, there's a ton of moving parts and belts and bearings, chains. There's just a ton of stuff. So this will be your chopper. This bearing here gets a grease every day, and then Ryan goes up, blows the radiator out, blows off the alternator because it likes to get chaff stuck to it. And then the air filters are always horrible, especially when we're at home doing barley. It's just because we don't really get a lot of wind here, so it doesn't keep the combines and stuff cleaned off as much as it would as if we were out, you know, harvesting wheat down in Oklahoma and stuff. So yeah, those are the things we do every day. It's really good maintenance. Ryan always blows stuff off because there's like things that he knows that he's watching. Like the other day, he'd been watching this bearing on the ladder side of my combine, and it had gone out, and it probably wouldn't have been something that I noticed right away. I'm usually pretty good about that, but he knew, and we got it changed, and we didn't have a breakdown. So we always thought that having good maintenance and, you know, making sure everything looks good every morning is what helps prevent major breakdowns. So hopefully that helps and makes a little sense as to why we do this every day. All right, so today is Friday the 13th, and we are cutting for another farmer, and this is COORS. And you probably can't tell because the windows are dirty, but we're currently racing this. I don't know if we'll get this half done or not. I'm guessing not. Like, the windrow's starting to pick up, and the temperature's dropped quite a bit. So yeah, we're trying to get this half done before the rainstorm gets here. So wish us luck. Well, we didn't succeed. We got almost this half done and rained out. That kind of stinks. Good morning. Today is Saturday, August 14th. Ryan is at COORS, the probably most dreaded place on the planet to ever haul grain to. Seriously, the worst elevator. And the kids and I are down here at the field, twisting everything. He's up there here after lunch. We'll give it a try and be able to take that into town and try to get this farmer finished up. And then we have to move to the far west side of the valley and cut for our neighbor. And then we'll move kind of northeast a little to our next job. And it's all in the valley, but so yeah, it's a beautiful day. You can actually kind of see the mountains this morning. I think the rain last night helped. And definitely not as thick over there. You can see the mountains and they're beautiful. So yeah, we'll do an update hopefully this afternoon when we get back in the field. Alright, so we did make it into the field today. It's about 5:20. I think we started cutting around 1, so we didn't get too much rain. And both of these fields took a hail, but it's still producing really good, I think. I've seen up to 200. I've seen down to 120, but still a really good field. It's just me out here. Brian's elevator chain broke on his combine. And as you can see, we got some rain there. And there's some there, but you can't see it from the smoke. But hopefully no rain showers today so we can keep going.
Another great feature the Pipe Ag system has is your fuel receipts. So you can keep up with what state you're in, what town, your total gallons. Which I bought 58. 59. Easily do this with your IFTA reports, and it makes life so much simpler.